We're going to go over multiplying and dividing mixed numbers. Now for multiplying mixed numbers, you can do an area model to do your multiplication. So this question shows 2.5 multiplied by 1.5. So you put your 2.5 on the top, your 1.5 down the side, and see what your area is inside. So this space here would be 2 times 1, which is 2. This space right here would be 1/2 times this 1, which is 1/2. This space down here is 2 times 1/2, which actually gives you 1 whole. And this space right here is 1/2 times 1/2, which gives you 1/4. Now what you have to do after that is add them all up. So 2 plus 1 plus 1/2 plus 1/4 ends up giving you 3 3/4. So showing you one more example of that here. So you'd have your 2.5 down this side, your 3 1/3 on this side, and the inside area is going to be what the answer to the multiplication question is. So 3 times 2 is 6. 2 times 1/3, so this would be 2/3. Okay, the bottom here is 3 times 1/2, which is 3/2. And this little corner here is 1/3 times 1/2, which is 1/6. So to find the answer, you still have to add all these up. So 6 plus 2/3 plus 1/6 plus 3/2. So you have to find common denominators and do your addition properly. Typically, we're going to use this method, so convert them to improper fractions. Then you can use the canceling method and multiply. So let's do some examples of that. So if I change these to improper fractions, it would be 5 over 2 times 10 over 3. I can cancel. 2 goes into both 2 and 10, so divide this by 2, I get 1. Divide this by 2, I get 5. So 5 times 5 is 25, over 1 times 3 is 3, or 8 1/3. Okay, the bottom here, 6 3/7 times 10 2/5. So if I change those to improper fractions, it gives me 45 over 7 times 52 over 5. And I can't cancel anything. This gives me 468 over 7. Dividing mixed numbers. So we're going to convert to improper fractions first. Then we're going to flip the second fraction and change it to a multiplication question and just use multiplying rules like we do for normal fraction division. So examples, 13/15 divided by 1 and 26 over 25. Well, 13/15 is a proper fraction. I'm going to rewrite it as an improper fraction, this one, which is 51 over 25. Change it to a multiplication question and flip that one. I can cancel a 5 out of here. So divide by 5, I get 3. Divide by 5, I get 5. So my final answer is 65 over 153. This one, let's switch to improper fractions. So I get 23 over 7. Divided by 38 over 14. So rewrite the first fraction, multiply, flip the second. I can cancel. 7 goes into 7 once and 7 goes into 14 twice. So I can multiply this, I get 46 over 38. Now, if you notice, that's actually not quite simplified yet. I could have taken a 2, this 2, and this 38 and divided both by 2. Or I can do it after. I end up getting 23 over 19, which is the same as 1 4/19. So if you miss some of the canceling initially, that's okay. You can still catch it at the end, hopefully. Do one more here. So this is 7/3 divided by 15/4. So switch it to 4 over 15. Check if you can cancel. You can't on this one. So I'd get 28 over 45. So here's some practice ones for you to try. You can pause the video, try them, and in a second I will go over the solutions. So here's the solutions. I'm not going to go over how to do them, so if you have trouble, please ask me. But here are the answers.